Well, it's been a fantastic spell of weather, and unfortunately, it is about to end for us here in central Scotland. Thanks for clicking on to the Thursday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Up until today, we have seen 25 Celsius or higher somewhere in the west of Scotland since last Saturday. And although we are not going to see the temperatures cool off over the next few days, we are going to see much more unstable weather as we go into the day tomorrow. And the reason why is we're lowering the heights across the British Isles, across the northern half of the British Isles at least. And therefore what we're going to do is we're losing the cap in the atmosphere. So instead of having sunshine giving way to some cumulus clouds during the course of the afternoon, but still plenty of warm sunshine, what we're going to see is the temperature lowering in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. So you're increasing the lapse rate between the surface and aloft, and therefore the atmosphere has a much greater ability of producing showers and thunderstorms. So we are lifting the humidity as we go through the course of today and into tomorrow, and therefore we are going to see the atmosphere respond with showers and thunderstorms probably quite widely across Scotland during the course of tomorrow, Saturday, and to a somewhat lesser extent during the course of Sunday. So we are breaking down the pattern, but we are not losing the heat, and certainly we are going to crank the humidity as we go forward here. So over the past week, really from Turkey all the way up into the south of Ireland, we have seen a tremendous amount of thunderstorm activity across the southern half of Europe. The reason why: heat, humidity and lower pressure is the perfect ingredients for very, very unsettled, unstable and volatile weather. Further north we've had high pressure, so therefore we've been dominated by sunshine and warm conditions. Of course, Bergen on the west coast of Norway almost broke the Norwegian record for the month of May with a temperature of, I believe it was 32 degrees something. So I will be posting on that actually in the next day or so. But certainly we've seen remarkable heat across southern parts of Scandinavia, while down across Iberia it was a hard time even hitting 30 Celsius. So 32 degrees in Oslo and across the Bergen in Norway, while we've seen temperatures in the south of Spain not reaching those levels. So a really unusual kind of setup. But certainly will be an active next few days across more northern parts of Europe. And the reason why is we're lowering the heights, like I say. So you can see here as we skip through. Watch this area of low pressure here moving in from the southwest. And that is initially going to destabilise the atmosphere across more northern parts of Europe. So as this system pushes in, no, it's not going to cross over the UK, but what it is it's literally just adding a little bit of a trigger to the atmosphere, helping it to destabilise, and therefore with daytime heating coming in, temperatures rising into the low to even the mid-20s, lots of juice in the atmosphere as well. You've got all the ingredients coming together for a very, very stormy conditions potentially through the course of particularly tomorrow as well as Saturday, and then to like I say, a lesser extent on Sunday. So you can see here the Saturday afternoon area of low pressure way to the southwest, but notice the greens over Scotland in particular. So the focus of thunderstorm activity will be over Scotland tomorrow and indeed Saturday, a little bit less so across England and Wales, but down the eastern side of England you can see potential for thunderstorms. Even during the day on Sunday, things are slow to get going. That area of low pressure, if you notice, starts to push down to the south. The reason why is we're starting to build high pressure once again from Iceland to Scotland. So we may see some blow up of thunderstorms during Sunday afternoon, but heights are starting to rise, and therefore we are going to start to reduce the shower and thunderstorm potential. So we're recapping the atmosphere. We're going to see things settling down once again, and therefore as we move through next week, it looks as if it's going to be a fairly settled, stable week again with very little in the way of rain. We're almost repeating what we've seen this week, but the big difference is this area of high pressure will be a little bit cooler. We're going to be pulling in air from the north of the northeast, so therefore we're not going to have quite the same amount of heat and humidity as we've got at the moment here. So it's looking good throughout the course of next week. We've still got showers and thunderstorms across Iberia, especially across France, the Low Countries, and possibly into the southeastern half of the UK, while we've got high pressure over the Norwegian Sea, keeping things fairly settled across the northern half of the UK. So interesting few days coming up. Probably going to see some tremendous thunder and lightning displays, so keep your eyes on that if you live in particularly the northern half of the UK. So we're getting our turn after England and Wales. Hopefully we don't get the flooding that we did see. Of course, Winterbourne near Birmingham seen 2 inches of rain within an hour. That's over a month's worth of rain for the month of May there. We could potentially see that in parts of Scotland through the course of tomorrow with this setup. Hope you have a great day, and I'll be back in the next few days with more. Bye for now.